Welcome to Campbellford, Ontario, and the Ranney Falls Flight Lock here at the Trent Several Waterway. So this is locks 11 and 12. They are a flight lock. They're one of two flight locks on the whole system, and ironically the next ones are only a couple miles up the road. But a flight lock is basically where there's two lock chambers back to back. There is no river or pond or canal between the locks. So you go into one and they fill that up or drain it depending on which direction you're going. Open a set of doors, you move right into the next chamber. And I'm down here today wandering around just because there's no water in the lock. This lock was full of water and ice, you know, just a few weeks ago. And last week happened to notice driving through the area, there was a big crane here, and they put some stop logs in at that end, and they've drained this, they've drained the upper chamber down. And let me just reach the camera across because they got it all fenced off. You can't even get out on the lock walls or the lock doors right now. But looking down there, that is a long ways down. You can see the big, I don't know what that is, that 12 or a 14-inch pipe, maybe even bigger. But at the beginning of the video I showed where the stop logs are. You see the big intake grates, and that hole is probably 4 feet below the water depth, which is like 6-7 feet here to begin with. So the water goes behind through two control valves, flows under and flows out of those ports, and there's an equal number of ports on this side. On some locks, I can't get over to that side right now without crossing over the bridge to see if there's ports on this side, but I believe there are. There's your two big massive doors, and I'll stretch that out and look, and I don't know if the camera will show it, but there's literally only, there might only be 6 inches of water down there. That is a long ways down. Probably the reason why they've got everything closed off. The gates are locked. They've got construction barriers across the locked doors so you can't get out there. So the chamber doors between 11 and 12 are open right now. And here's more of that fence work they've got. Interesting, they say it's a confined space. I don't see it as a confined space. I just see it as a big empty space. But I don't know if the camera will show that. There's a bicycle laying down there right between the chunks of ice. It looks like the water's dried right out of there. And you can see those doors. And we've been through here with our boat, and it's amazing how big those doors are when you roll up to them. When this chamber is empty and you come into the chamber and tie up and you're looking up, and there's these two big massive doors looking at you. Well, that's even higher right now. I don't know what, I'll have to look at the chart to see what the actual lift is here. That, you know, we're talking, that's got to be 50 feet or more deep right there. So we're going to wander down, and now it looks like they've got gates across the lower doors too, so I can't even cross those ones. So this chamber is completely empty as well. You can see, same deal, there's those pipes all along the side, and it's the same thing in behind there. There are grates somewhere. I don't know if it's in the bottom of the lock and the lock floor, or if they actually reverse flow back through the pipes on the side, and the water then falls through and drains into, runs into this basin to lift the water up here, or lift the boats up here. That is a long ways down. Would be kind of neat to get the drone out and bring the drone in and fly the drone in through there. However, drones are not allowed on Parks Canada. Well, it's a gray area thing. They're not allowed on Parks Canada property. You're not allowed to take off and land at them. And yeah, because they don't, you know, mostly in regular parks run by Parks Canada, they don't want you messing with the wildlife. Around here at the locks, I'm pretty sure the biggest worry they're worried about is, you know, somebody getting in and, you know, maybe losing control, hitting an employee or hitting a boat or something like that in here. Some people online, they have got permission and to fly their drones, and Parks Canada does actually hire drones operators to come in and run through the locks and do inspections for them. I don't have any of that permission, so I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna obey by the rules, and I'll keep my drone parked. And the way my luck goes, I would, you know, get in there and lose satellite, and the damn thing would smash against the side, and well, I'd be out the cost of my DJI Mavic Mini. But so this end, they got it right empty. See, they got a couple big sump pumps down there pulling the water out. Two big, right where those pumps are actually, hard to see it because it's kind of dark down there. You can see there's two big discharge ports. I don't know how big they are, several feet in diameter at least. But of course that's where the water would then reverse flow through the fill pipes, come out and run out this way. And I don't think I've got any video of this lock. Maybe I do, I'll go looking. But I do have some video from a couple of the other locks, and when the water comes out down here, it's amazing how hard it runs through there. So it'll be interesting to see what they got planned for work around here. Might just be something as simple as, you know, pulling valves apart and checking seals. Maybe they got something leaking. Maybe they got a door seal leaking, or, you know, something like that. But anyways, yeah, just quick little update here at locks 11 and 12, Ranney Falls in Campbellford. And I think I'm going to do a parallel video right to this, so, you know, watch for that coming up. Either maybe it's already up before this one, maybe it'll come up after it. I try and release stuff right around 4 o'clock on Friday, sort of deal. But today's the 7th or 8th of, maybe the 7th of April, and river's running pretty high. Let me just come around the other side here and show you this. Look at the river flowing behind me. I don't know how well it shows up in the camera. I'm gonna walk up, I'll go over the suspension bridge, and I'll throw a little clip of that here right at the end of the video. Anyways, like I said, quick little update. The system opens in 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. Our, up here in Canada, our May 2-4 long weekend, as we call it. So ironically, 2-4 is kind of what we call a case of beer as well. I don't think there's any correlation between the two. But yeah, so system opens our May long weekend, which this year, I think it falls right around the 19th or 20th of May. I'll look that up for sure and put it underneath me. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.